Hello, I'm Jamie.
Hello, I'm Mark, and it's time for another episode of Through the Garden Gate. It's Tuesday night, it's...
Dad, you forgot the thing again.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and everything in between. It's Tuesday night, it's 7:45. It's time for another episode of Through the Garden Gate. Sorry, I stole your bit. Let's get Jamie in.
Yes!
Works now.
Stupid Instagram.
Jamie, we've made some progress in the caravan.
Yeah.
On the wall to over there, we've got a rainbow.
Oh, lovely.
Right? There.
Oh, God, look at that. Very colourful.
It was my dad's idea.
Is it individual painted stripes?
No, it's tongue and groove.
Oh, bloody hell.
I painted each bit and then stuck it on once it was painted.
Rainbow. And then the rest of the walls, Jamie, are going to be orange.
Orange.
Wow.
It'll be very bright. You won't need any glasses. You might need sunglasses on, actually.
Yeah.
Be like my hat will fade into it.
When this is done, you can just put that next to the wall and no one...
Be like green screen. My head will disappear.
You mean your hat will disappear?
Yes, my hat will disappear.
Everyone ready for the Is everyone ready for the gardening question?
Go on then.
Don't worry, Jenny, we were late as well. And then Instagram wouldn't let us in.
Right, gardening question.
Go on then, do your garden question while I get the ball.
Mum, where is it? You didn't actually tell me.
Oh, you're not prepared.
You didn't tell me where it is.
Well, you should be the one doing
George,
it.
you've been sitting there for a quarter of an hour and you didn't even know where
My
it is.
mum's the one who writes it.
No, you should be you. So all you're doing is reading it and getting the glory.
Stop it! Dad, did you just look?
No. Same place every week. There you go.
Alright, Mum, you don't need 3 exclamation marks.
There's actually 4.
All 4 then. Jamie. Right. I think you'll like this one, Jamie. Approximately, how many times per second does a bee beat its wings? Generally, I thought you would like it.
You need to go and sit and watch it. Go on.
Slow it
Not that
down.
long. Have we not got any options? We just got to guess.
Yeah, we have got
Oh, we have
options.
got options.
Yeah.
A, 175 times. B, 220 times. Or 210. So A, 175. B, 210. Or C, 230.
175, 210, or 330. 230.
230.
Answers in the comments box. Are you guess, Jamie? 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
Ooh, we've both gone the same.
And you're both correct.
Yay!
See, when we draw, that doesn't gain anybody. Well, all it does, we just pull away from George, that's all.
Yeah.
Well, you're ahead of me now. Jamie, you're ahead of me now.
Good.
I think Jamie was ahead of you anyway. It was
No, on the scores it says me 4, Jamie 4. Yeah.
Last week we got the same.
Last week we got the same, and you didn't. So 6 now.
Jamie's got 6 now.
10, 4,
6.
6.
So you didn't stump us this week. We got the question right.
We did.
You've
Very
been busy
good.
since we were last on because it's been your birthday.
Has
It was
it?
my birthday,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, of course, I remember.
Not your birthday, Jamie.
I know,
It was my birthday on Saturday.
Went to
It
some
was very
posh
good.
hotel.
Went to a plant fair at Creek Abbey, which is I don't know, about half an hour away. It's nice. Bought a few
How much money did you
plants.
spend?
Dad,
You
that's
what?
my question.
Say that again.
You've gone then if it's your question.
How much money did you spend?
About £60, I think.
Oh, not too bad.
Yeah,
Less
not
than
too
a
bad.
snowdrop.
Yeah. Actually, Teresa chose them all for the garden. So I just went, yeah, just you choose it and I'll pay for it.
It's always good when
So
somebody else gets involved in the choosing because then you can't
yeah,
complain.
yeah. So she got some. They've all got lovely bright flowers. You can see they get drawn in by people. 3
Nice.
different big poppies, big red one, yellow one, and orange one. Big poppies.
Oh, Dad, there's some
Nice.
germination in my chaos bed.
Yeah, it is.
I think there's some lettuce going up in my
I
chaos
think it's
bed.
just radish and cress.
Radish, cress,
And a potato, which you didn't plant.
and a potato, which we didn't plant.
Very good.
Anything else? Poppies?
No.
I can't remember the rest of them.
Poppies.
I can't remember now.
What trees are bought? Go on then. It's good time for you to go.
Can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Off your pot.
8 o'clock already, George.
See you next week.
See you next
Yeah,
week.
so that was nice on Saturday, and then saw the Plant Grow boys. They were there selling their wares.
Bags of compost.
Lots of compost. Yeah, lots. It was good. Really nice.
You seem to
Normally-
get quite a lot of garden shows around your neck of the woods.
Yeah, quite rural.
More agricultural based around us.
I'd say that we're farms everywhere. I don't know why there is lots of plant fairs, but there is. And there really is.
I guess there's more nurseries down south than what there is up near us for some reason.
Yeah.
Whenever I want plants, they're always miles away, and I'm like, oh.
That's why we've got the internet for.
Yep. Not everyone delivers though. Some small nurseries don't like delivering.
Oh, their loss.
And it is their loss.
Yeah.
Or if they do deliver, they charge something like, I can't remember. There was a plant nursery in Wales, and I really wanted a plant from there, and I looked at delivery, and it was something like £25 for delivery.
More than the plant, probably.
Yeah, pretty much. And as it turned out, my mum and dad were going on holiday to Wales, and they were not that far away from the nursery, so I asked them
bonus.
to
That works out then.
Yeah. But yeah, there are some that just pretty much don't want you to buy online. Putting prices.
Silly though, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I guess they must do enough business locally to not need it. Otherwise, they'd figure out a way, wouldn't they?
Yeah, it was good because they're all local nurseries, so that's good. And lots of big range of things.
Yeah,
very nice. Some T-Rexes, but they were megabucks. Didn't realise they were that expensive.
T-Rex. Oh, Tetra
Your
Pak.
Tetra Panics, yeah.
I think some nurseries I've seen them and they're cheap.
They were about 60 quid, and they weren't massive. They're only about 4 or 5 leaves. Yeah, decent sized leaves, but they weren't huge.
I think I paid about 20 quid for mine.
Yeah.
And it was sort of probably about that big at the time, but they soon grow.
It's about the same, I suppose.
Yeah, 60 quid is steep.
Just trying the luck, aren't they?
Yeah. I don't think I'd pay, as much as I like Tetra Panics, I don't think I'd pay 60 quid for it.
No. Jenny's going to send me one. Lovely. Thank you.
Well, as you know, when we went to East Rushden, they've got entire parts of the
Everywhere.
garden that get taken over by them.
Absolutely
So
everywhere,
once
aren't
you've
they?
got, so
Yeah,
it seems odd to sell them for £60 each.
exactly. When they just pop up pups everywhere.
Yeah, that's not exactly hard to germinate or anything, unless it
No.
was a special variety, maybe.
I don't know. I didn't get up and read the label. I just knew what it was. Didn't look too special, to be honest.
Just look like a bog standard one. I
Yeah.
don't know whether there is any different ones. I know there's a few, but I don't think that it's one of those plants that every year you get a different variety coming out.
No.
Yeah, weird.
Mm.
Not to be.
No, but that was good. And then we went to a lovely posh hotel for dinner, which was really nice. I tell you why we went there, because my last birthday, I got given a £50 voucher for it, and if we hadn't have gone within 2 days, that would have run out.
We're always doing that as well. We've just booked a overnight stay at a restaurant and like B&B type thing in Yorkshire called the Pipe and Glass. It's a fancy one. My boss bought me a voucher for my birthday last year.
Yeah,
And Steph said, we need to use that soon because it's going to be your birthday again.
exactly.
You don't want to waste a voucher.
No.
So we've got that in August.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
That's
always nice to use your vouchers.
Very fancy, but quite. I was a bit let down, really, and I'd done the cardinal sin. I saw tomato salad on the thing. Oh, lovely heritage tomato salad, and I thought,
Is it going to be proper tomatoes?
But that's the thing. So this time of year, I know we haven't got any yet, but
Some places will have.
Spain, and we'll have some proper grown, not in bloody under lights and God knows what. And I thought that's what they were going to be, and it wasn't. It wasn't heritage, and I was going to say to them, but Teresa said, "No, don't point. There's no point. Don't worry about it." It was just a brown red Tesco's or supermarket snookable. Well, it's bloody 12 quid, for one tomato, a bit of feta cheese and some dressing and stuff, and you think, bloody hell, you can't even get some nice tomatoes. But
that's disappointing.
It is.
Selling a tomato salad to somebody that knows about tomatoes.
I know, but and a really big, but we know the owners because they own a pub as well, and we go in the pub occasionally, so we know them. And I thought, they'll take criticism, but you never know, do you?
You never know how people are going to take it.
No, you don't.
What you need to do is when you've got some tomatoes, take them to the restaurant.
I'll take some in there and say, here,
try some of these.
Try these. Don't get them bloody red ones anymore.
If you want to do a heritage tomato salad,
let
me sort you out with the tomatoes.
Exactly. Yeah, but I thought they must be able to get some. All wholesalers will have, even if you see a red one and a yellow one all sliced up, that makes it a bit different, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, just a few different shapes and sizes, isn't it? That's all you need. And
exactly.
If they're all the same size, it's just a bog standard, boring tomato.
Yeah. But it was one. It wasn't even sliced. I thought, if they'd have sliced it thinly and arranged it nice, but they just went into quarters, and it just 12 quid for a tomato. Woo.
Oh dear.
But there, you can't think of that. You come there for some nice dinner, and the rest of it was lovely. It was just that. So never mind.
Tomato salad.
Yeah.
Can't exactly send it back either, can you? Because you'd be like, everybody else would be eating, and you'd be sat there waiting for another.
That is a tomato salad, How can they say, oh yeah, it is heritage, and I can't say it's not. Don't know where they get it from, do I?
Right. Bring me the chef. Tell me the variety.
But that's the kind of place. It's a big hotel with lots of ground. They should have a kitchen garden. They haven't. They've got a herb garden, but they haven't got a
Yeah.
kitchen garden. That's the kind of place, like, I don't think it has got a Michelin star, but it is almost Michelin star type stuff. I
Even
just
if you
thought they
just do
were,
a few things that you add, like your own lettuce leaves, your own
yeah,
tomatoes in season, just do a few seasonal bits. You don't need a
yeah,
huge amount
definitely.
of room to do that, do you?
No, definitely not. No, I think they're missing a trick there. But the thing is, if they're full every night or weekend or whatever,
Yeah.
what are they
I
going to
guess
gain by it?
only proper gardeners would know the difference between a heritage tomato and a
Exactly. Yeah,
plain Tesco's snooker
yeah.
ball.
And they'll have to pay somebody to do it and look after it and garden it. So that money's they've got to make that up. And if they're full all the time, they're not going to make it up, are they?
Right.
Yeah. But it was nice. It's a lovely, nice night out. Very good.
Excellent.
And today I've been to Chelsea.
Chelsea Flower Show.
Yeah.
So the big smoke.
Got up quite early. Got the 7:15 train. And I wander through London. And because I had the press pass, you have to walk all the way around the Thames Gate, don't you?
Yeah, you got to go right round to the back.
That's right round the other side. So I've probably done about 3 miles before I actually got in the gate.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long old walk from the station round the side.
It's actually all the way around the whole thing, isn't it? Yeah.
See all the pallets and all the rubbish
That's
screened
what
off.
it is. Yeah. But that was good. Bloody busy. I think they've got to do something about it. So today, obviously, press day was yesterday. Today was RHS day,
Members Day.
and I think I got a bit of a vibe of more people who's had journalist was today, and I was down as a journalist. So I think they kind of separated a bit. But it's just so busy, and I've done it before. I've paid for 3 or 4 years, and it's a lot. 135 quid, I think it is.
Yeah.
And you just can't get to the gardens.
No.
It's so frustrating, just standing there and you're 6 deep. And that's why I go. I don't go, I don't know what slag going to be off, but yesterday to me looked like a bloody the famous people fest. To be honest, I almost feel like turning my Instagram off because all I see is just everybody just having photos with famous people. And I want to go to the gardens because I'm going to write a piece in the Lynn News in the newspaper this week about it, and that's what I said I'll do, and I'll do it. But when you can't get to see the bloody things, what do you do?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've only ever been once, which was last year, and fortunately I got to go on press day. But I don't think I'd be able to hack it on a normal day. I think it'd just be too overwhelming and frustrating because, like you say, you just can't get anywhere near the gardens.
You can't. You really can't. And you can stand there and try and push weight, but I don't know. You must be waiting 20 minutes to try and get to the front, and even then you don't see all of it. You want to try and get round the two sides or whatever you can see.
Yeah.
But I must admit, it quietened down a bit after lunchtime, and I did get to see the gardens better. Not ideal, but better, and they were fantastic. Some really, really good gardens.
Did you get to go on the King's Garden?
The King's Garden? No. What? Francis Topdale?
Yeah.
No, because they had a queuing system in a snake, round backwards and forwards. And I would have said it was at least an hour and a bit's wait. Must have been horrendous because it was a walk through garden. But what I could see, A lot of the gardens I noticed today, a lot of the gardens are built for being in and looking out. Francis Top Hill one was definitely built for being inside it and looking out for
Yeah,
cameras and people walking through it.
yeah.
From the outside, all you see is the large trees, and you can't see anything else. But a lot of the other gardens seem to be like that as well.
Which is odd
And
if you're not getting to be in them.
considering they're there for people to see, the public, they should build them the other way around, so it's outside in.
Yeah.
Because you just see the back end of everything. It's really strange.
Especially if you can't sort of get any closer, you can't even get that sort of perspective down. If you're 6 people back, you can't even see over all the people that are there.
No. But the Lady Garden was lovely. I think that was one of my favourites. Yeah, and Harriet's Garden with the long reel, that was quite cool. Really cool. That's a bit different.
I don't think I've seen that one yet on the TV coverage. I watched the first episode last night, and I don't think I saw Harriet's Garden.
It's got a massive raised. I think she got a silver medal. I think I spotted it. But it's got a raised reel all the way around. It's like a handrail as well as a raised, because that's for asthma and lung charity.
Okay.
So it's a handrail as well as a reel. But I really like that one. Chelsea in a wheelchair isn't fun. Yeah.
I bet you can't even see anything, Jenny.
No, it's just
can't get anywhere in.
It's not built with disabled people in mind at all. Really isn't. And I don't know how they can. I mean, we've said before about the staging and the walkways and things. Not just at Chelsea, but other places they have raised with curbs everywhere and God knows what, don't they?
Well, actually, if you're gonna build the gardens the way they're building them, the way you're saying they're building them, you actually should make everybody up on a raised platform. Because if you can't see into the garden properly, you almost need to be higher up so you can see down into them. If they're going to build so that you need to see them in, and almost build a walkway along the back of them.
No, it wasn't. People in a wheelchair, not a clue. But I think do they let a lot of people in wheelchairs in on press day? No. For some reason, I thought they let disabled people come in on press day.
I didn't notice any, loads of disabled people or anything when I went. I didn't notice loads of wheelchairs or anything, but possibly.
Yeah. Bums and bags mainly. Yeah, I can imagine. That's why I love Gardens of Life. I told RHS and well-known as own agreed with me. Yeah.
Also, no prams allowed.
No prams allowed. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yes. Just no point. There's no point. It's just so big. God, I went round to see because I quite like the balconies. I love looking at the balconies. And can you remember going round there and there's a little food bit, isn't there? There's a circle of grass with a food bit, and you go down to the balconies. So you're up high, and it must have. I didn't even go down there because it must have been 10 deep all the way through. There's no point whatsoever going down there. So I didn't see any balconies. Didn't even walk down there. You could hardly even walk down there, let alone it's like walking, shoulder to shoulder all the way through. No point.
See, when I went last year, I know it was on press day, but that bit was the quietest part of the whole show.
But that's the bit that normally is, even when you go on a payday, that's quiet down there. But today, I tried it twice. I went back twice to see if it changed, but it was 10 deep, and there's no point even walking down because you're quite high. You'd go down into a dip.
Yeah.
No point whatsoever. Horrendous. I think the RHS are just bloody greedy.
Well, they need to stop selling. I mean, considering it, I would. You've been on a normal day, not an RHS day. Would you say it's busier today than what it is normally?
Yes.
So then what's the point in having the RHS Members Day? If that's supposed to be a less busy day.
I don't know. Definitely, I haven't got a clue. I've been on. What day do we normally go? Thursdays, I think. I think it's a Thursday, and that's always been all right. It's you haven't had to fight. I've got to see everything, but you don't have to fight as much.
Yeah.
Jamie, take me in my wheelchair next year. We'll fit.
Bash people out of the way.
Yeah, I think that's what you need. But the thing I was talking because I was with Shay and Laura quite a bit, and we was having a wander around together. And the thing that they done for Francis Top Hill's garden, why can't they do that there? So you have to have a bit of a queuing system, and you just got to walk all around the front of the garden and back out again.
Yeah.
On all of them, on all
Yeah.
the gardens.
Yeah. And then that
Because everybody, it's still the space, still the same space, but you've got the snake system,
Yeah.
so you will gradually snake your way around and then round the gardens. I don't understand why they don't do that for every single one.
I think the
main ones.
The crazy thing about it is that there's so much space on that site, but they use such a small part of it. You'd think that I've often thought they either need to move somewhere bigger so they can spread it out a bit more, or
Never get
try
moved.
and more of the space. Because it
Never
just
get
feels
moved.
really crammed in. When I went last year, it did feel tight, even with less people there. So I can fully believe what it was like for you today.
Have they got more space though? Where's the extra space?
Oh, there's loads of space like behind, like where there's
Where the hospital is.
so the hospital's almost as a backdrop. There's another massive lawn behind there.
Yeah.
They don't even use. They just fence it all off.
Mm.
So there is
so
more.
You're saying keep the same amount of stuff, but spread it out.
Yeah,
more.
just spread it out so people have got more room to be. Don't let any more people in.
That's what Hampton's like, isn't it?
Yeah, Hampton's massive, so you've got loads of room.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel overwhelming because people can just sort of separate off and be in their own space.
Because all those gardens, how many is there? One. I think there's only 8 main gardens, maybe even 7. They're on that little stretch, and that's it.
Yeah.
The rest of it is obviously inside the tent, but all the other little gardens around the other side, they're never as busy.
Right. Yeah, everyone wants to see don't they, the main avenue.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. They could maybe put some of the smaller stuff in the bit where you said and spread the big gardens out.
Yeah.
Do them so you can have a 360 look around them type thing. Because at the minute, any of them have only got 2 sides, a front and a side.
Yeah. Just get rid of some of the shop stuff. Just have gardens. Just have the floral marquee in the gardens and get rid of all the other rubbish.
Mm. There is a lot of rubbish. There's a lot of expensive rubbish. Oh my God. You just don't understand where people have got the money to pay for some of that stuff in there. It's just crazy. Absolutely mental. Did
you see any of the floral displays outside of Chelsea? Because I really enjoyed those walking from the tube.
No, I obviously went the wrong way. When I came out of the tube, I go down, I turn left and go between the houses and round. So I didn't see a lot.
Because that was really impressive last year when I was walking to the actual to the gate.
Yeah.
There was a lot of nice sort of floral marquees and floral displays.
Yeah, because it's Chelsea in bloom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, because 360 in the gardens. But that'd be more of a design thing as well for the designers to think about, because they've got to make it look something from all the way around rather than just 2. Well, they don't even make it look, some of them, for 2 sides.
Yeah.
They make it for the cameras and for people who are on it. That's really frustrating.
Yeah. I don't know whether it'll ever change, but it would be nice for them to do something different. I don't know what the change. But this,
I think I said last year that Teresa didn't want to go again because she's been 3 times and everything's the same. and it's still every thing is the same. Every shop, every flower stall, is in the same place, and they look the same.
That's what I mean. That side of things, like what? Just stop doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I guess that's what pays for all the rest of it, because they have to pay to have their stall at Chelsea, sort of thing.
Silly money as well.
Yeah.
I think the only two people that were anything really a lot different inside the marquee were She Grows Veg, which she always does a lovely one. Kaylee Brothers always do a lovely different one. And to be honest, the old fuchsia merry-go-round weren't there this year. But that goes everywhere. They just had it all stacked up. They didn't have a merry-go-round unless it was somebody different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought Jonathan's look good from what I've seen of it. I think he won a gold. The Cosmos man.
Cosmos, they did look lovely, yeah. It did look really nice. But again, that was the same. It was, just Cosmos in vases, basically. But what else do you do? Well, other people try and do something, don't they? But I was talking to Kaylee Brothers, Jodie, and talking quite a lot because they got another gold and they push themselves. They change their stand every year, and
I like that. It looked like picture frames with the mushrooms.
Yeah, it's really nice, really, really good with the moss behind it.
Yeah.
And she was saying, a lot of people that don't change because they know they've got a winning formula, because the judges have a set criteria. And if they do it, so they will get a gold every year. If they get that criteria every time, they get a gold every year. So but they're scared of, if they change it, they won't get a gold.
Yeah.
But they said, well, we do it because we like the challenge, and and it works most of the time.
Have we frozen, Denny?
Lee. Oh no, I can still see you.
I can still see you. I can still hear you. Hopefully, it's not done what it did this week as well, because it froze at the end, didn't it? And
yeah.
Although I think it came out all right on the podcast.
Right. Yeah, Lee and Lee's garden. That was quite cool.
Yeah, the school.
The school thing. It was the desks all upturned and things with the kids talking on a speaker in the background. That was good. Saw Lee Connolly and had a chat with him. Yeah, the blackboard all fill up with writing. That was
we
nice.
need to get him on the podcast.
Yeah, should do. Yeah. Has he not been on?
No, we've had Lee Johnson, Lady Gardner. I don't think we've had Lee Connolly.
I think we have at the beginning. I bet we have at the beginning.
I don't think we have. Pretty sure.
Don't know.
I'll go back and look. I'm pretty sure we haven't had him on.
I was flicking through some today to listen to. I listened to Charles Dowding's one again, and there was someone there that I didn't even realise that we had done.
You forget.
So good my memory is.
3 years ago now, since we first started. So.
Bloody hell. Yeah, mental, isn't it?
So we've had 120 odd guests on over that time.
Yeah.
Hard to keep up with them all.
It is, yeah.
And some people you don't even see about on Instagram anymore.
No. But yeah, Chelsea was good. I like some of the little gardens as much as the big ones, to be honest. The ones on the hospital side.
Well, they're more sort of achievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the ideas in there. You think, actually, I could do that at home. Whereas the ones on the main avenue, it's like, well, if I've got a spare few million, I might be able to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them are lovely. I like the Outback. But again, that one, I saw that. Did you see the Australian Outback one? Monty Don was in there the other day on telly, and that looked fantastic from inside. But again, that's built as a little one as to be inside and view it
Yeah.
going out. But I like that because it's something different. It's really different. You never see nothing. It's all Australian plants and things. Even Monty Don said he don't even recognise some of them. A lot of them.
No, it's not the one I'm thinking. I was thinking of Thomas Stuart Smith's, but
How
that's
do you
on the
remember
main.
all the names?
I like that guy. He's I've always liked his gardens.
Which
His
one does he
wife's.
do?
His was the one that's had loads of the like palm type things in it, and it had a wiggly rill all the way through it
Oh, on the floor. Let me just get
on
my
the floor.
phone.
Yeah, and it sort of had circular areas. I think it was for Tate Modern or something.
Oh, yeah, it was for Tate, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so that was really different compared to what he usually does, because usually he's like quite naturalistic, and that's the one.
I've got my little leaflet. Yes, that one was a tiny little reel, about 2 inches
Yeah, it's really
across.
skinny. Yeah,
Yes,
and wiggled through and went into little pools and stuff.
that's it, yeah. Yeah, that was nice.
The other one that I really like, well, an element that I really like, was there's one that's got a circular, almost concrete water feature, and it's got all duckweed on the top of it, and then they've set it for a little bit of disturbance on the surface, which creates a circle, a hole in the duckweed, and then closes back up again, and that's all the water
Oh,
feature does. So clever. You probably wouldn't have seen it from the front,
you want to see
but
it?
to
No,
see
that's the thing.
a video of it on Instagram, I was like, what a clever idea. Almost looks like an optical illusion.
It's the Japanese man he's there again. I can't even say his name.
Yeah, he always does. His is always
That was lovely. He had all the balls of moss,
absolutely.
just balls of moss everywhere. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But I think my favourite was, I don't know whether I've got it. Did I not get it? Oh God! I think it's because it's got such a big standout feature. Was the one with um, the big carving Mother Nature laying down.
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought that sculpture's amazing.
Yeah,
What was it made out of?
absolutely.
Was it wood?
Wood, yeah. Oh, I obviously didn't get her leaflet. Why didn't I get her leaflet? I thought I got everybody's.
What
Oh,
was
bugger.
so? Where were the AI designed gardens? Were they any of the big ones, or were they inside or something? Because I heard there was 3 gardens that were designed by AI.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know whether they're like some of the smaller ones, or did they have the houseplant retreat things again?
Houseplant retreats.
They're like sheds in the woods near where the balconies were. They had them last year. They were like sheds full of
Didn't go down there.
houseplants.
Didn't go down. Oh, yes, they did have a houseplant part. Yeah, yeah, of course they did. Yeah, up the top near just before you get to the food part, the food
Yeah,
circle thing.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they had that. Oh, I didn't get one with that.
Fallen tree
Oh,
sapling cutting.
that is. But yeah, that was my favourite. Oh,
Was that a main avenue or was that a small one?
no, it's a big one, Main Avenue one. Yeah, Lady Garden. That was nice. I like that one.
Oh yeah, that one was really really
Yeah, it
nice.
was really nice.
Loved the little um, building type thing. That was really well done.
Yeah,
Raining.
that's why I'm not outside because when I helped Teresa get the horses in, and it was black, absolutely black, and I thought, God, that's going to be coming over there in a minute. But yeah, I don't know. I like Chelsea. I do like Chelsea, but it's just frustrating when you don't get to see what you're going for properly. And if you
I
do
mean,
get to the front, you're getting nudged and budged and God knows what all the time anyway.
yeah. And if you spent £135 on a ticket to not see the
Yeah.
gardens and get a better
No.
view on the television, you just think.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you've got to factor in your chain ticket. If you stay over the
Exactly.
night in a hotel, you
Yeah.
can spend £500-600 quite quickly.
But that's the thing, yeah. If 135, so my train ticket was 65 quid, I think, and then you've got some food and all that. Yeah, even if you're going down for the day, you're
Yeah.
well over £200.
I actually wonder, because Jenny's said on it a few times about go after 4 o'clock, it really empties out and it's a
It
lot
does.
quieter.
It was empty, and that's the thing. I think, yeah, either get there really early or go late because there was still people coming in. I left at 3, and there was people starting to pour in.
Yeah,
So you get the late one, the evening, isn't it? I think
yeah.
that would be better, to be honest.
Because then if you organised it, you could stay over the night, couldn't you? You could go late, stay over, and then go back on the train the next night,
Yeah,
rather than going early and it being really busy.
yeah. I could have gone in from I think 5:30 this morning, but
Yeah.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, it was early opening today. Group trip next year. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Parkinson's one was really good, Jenny. That was nice. But the thing is, it's hard to even take a lot in of the planting when you can't get to the front properly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of it, I'm holding my bloody phone up and looking through the screen of my phone, and you think, what is the point of that? I might as well sit in my lounge, look on a 50-inch telly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just one big gripe about it. It really is. Everything's amazing, but it's just too busy.
Well, that's the thing when you've been, like Gardeners World Live. I've been on press night and I've been on open days, and it doesn't matter. Although it's busy when it's open to the public, it's not too much. You can still see
No.
all the gardens you want to see because there's enough room,
Mm.
so you never miss out. Whereas Chelsea, it's just all anyone ever says is it's just so busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know how you solve that other than maybe giving people time slots or something. If you're not going to change where the show is, maybe just give people time slots. You get, 2 hours.
Yeah.
But then, would people pay £135 for a 2 hour slot? Probably not.
Yeah.
Or do it for
Or
longer. Do it for 2 weeks.
we've said that before, haven't we? Or they have the gardens fenced off, and you've got a time slot to go through the gardens. Maybe you've got the rest of it you can do at your leisure, but then you've got a time slot to go walk up Main Avenue on that left-hand side.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they could even do that for Main Avenue, couldn't they? The rest of the site have as free flowing, and just Main Avenue, you've got a time slot.
Yeah.
At 2 o'clock, you've got,
an hour.
2
Anybody, if you can see everything, you've got an hour to do all them 7 gardens, whatever it is, would be plenty.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seems such a shame for people that go down there and make the effort to go and don't get to see the garden.
Talking to Laura, and like I said, Laura and Shane, Laura said, such a shame that some people, it's a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
Or they're over from abroad. There's so many, foreign people over looking at stuff. Lots of Americans, hell of a lot of Americans. But if they've come over and they're going to see it and they're not seeing it properly,
No.
it's not right. But there.
Yeah, I mean, in summer it could be. I wonder what time it closes in the evening because it's not dark till 9 o'clock now. You could be staggering it all the way through the day.
Yeah. Yeah. First come, first served. You go on when you buy your ticket. You book what time you want to walk around the gardens.
Yeah. Yeah, wheelchair lane would be good. Yeah. Yeah, why couldn't you have a wheelchair lane and then and then people could see over Jenny, whereas nobody, you'd like to think people would move out of the way, but you can guarantee that wouldn't happen.
No.
People would be oblivious to the fact that what she needs is one of those really loud air horns. Like,
She said that over now. That'll make a
people
move.
heart attack.
Yeah. That's the thing, but they're just too stuck in their ways, I suppose.
9 p.m.
Yeah, see, they do that open late.
I bet that tends to be local people that go for sort of not that late bit because they can just walk over around the corner and they've done it. And people that live in London, whereas if you've got to catch a train to get 2 hours away again.
Yeah. I think they should mix up the inside and all those stands and stuff as well. It's just, I could almost walk around the corner and know what was going to be there already.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the you get going to a lot of garden shows. You sort of know who the regulars are almost, don't you?
You do when you do as many as we do over a couple of years period. You do get to know them all.
Yeah, like you said, I think people pushing the boat out there and doing things differently every year, they should be setting an example. And the Cayley brothers and She Grows Veg are both newbies. They haven't been doing it 30 years.
No, 3 years.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
every
mental,
year it's a spectacle with She Grows Veg, and the same with Cayley brothers. Yeah. Every year you see their stand and you're like, wow, that looks amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. They're taking it to Gardeners World Live as well, so you'll be able to see it there if you go there.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, so I do like Chelsea. I love Chelsea, but I don't know. I'm struggling with. If I don't get a press day, I don't think I'll go next year.
No. Well, it depends what happens next year as well, isn't it? Because this is the last year of the what's it called? Project Giving Back sponsor.
Is it?
So they might really struggle for funding for the gardens. This
Project Giving Back fund the big gardens? Do they?
Yeah. I think they fund 3 or 4 every year.
Right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, unless somebody else steps in, I think some of the bigger gardens are really going to struggle.
Yeah, because they're not a 10 grand garden. Good God, no.
Millions.
Oh, so much money in some of them. So much money.
And then they get moved and not looked after.
Oh, yeah, they won't ever be like that, will they?
Right.
Yeah, let's face it. Unless you have somebody on that almost daily, those gardens, they're not going to stick like it, are they?
No, because there's the one that I know that looks after, and it's at I don't know what you class it as, like a public space park type thing.
Yeah.
And they moved it there, and then once it was planted, nobody looked after it for a year, and then they got some funding to pay for a gardener. And I think that only does maybe a couple of days every now and again on it, and gets volunteers in to help. But compared to what it was at Chelsea, it's a shadow of what it was.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I just think that they need to build that in. They should be trying to support horticulture. Make sure somebody gets a job out of it at the end of it. How much money gets spent on these things.
What? So make sure there's funding for a gardener for a couple of years.
Yeah, if it's going to get moved somewhere else, make sure there's funding in place so it's actually going to be kept on. Even a training, an apprenticeship or something. Get some new people in as part of Chelsea.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because it's not many places that are going to keep them as they are now. I
No, I
suppose
mean
even if you,
the Tate one's going to the Tate Modern, but I don't think it's going to stay exactly the same because it'll have to be bigger to be a public garden, won't it?
oh yeah,
So they'll probably use some of the elements, but make it all bigger and more plants,
they'll
maybe.
get spread out, won't it? Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's showing you there. Generous funding by the Claude Duffield Foundation. So that looks like
Yeah,
what it's going to be, computer generated
yeah.
afterwards.
Is that Tate Modern?
Yeah, that's where it's going. Yeah, that's that one. That's what it is now.
Yeah, and then that's where it's going to be. Fair enough.
Mm.
Because the other thing that
Yeah.
annoys me about Chelsea is the fact that I know it's a brilliant experience for anyone that manages to do it, but the fact that people volunteer to help build them, like, why are they not paying anybody that's building those gardens should be getting paid? I think Jo Thompson last year, when she did hers, she paid everyone that helped build that garden, even if they were volunteers.
I
But
didn't know
most
they.
of them, no, they rely on volunteers to help build it.
Oh,
Obviously, you'll have the core sort of team that will be employed, but then there'll be
yeah.
volunteers that help. And obviously, people who want to be getting into gardening or whatever are going to help because they
Yeah,
want
yeah.
the experience. But I just think, for how much money that show generates,
Oh,
pay
yeah,
all
yeah,
the people.
yeah.
They're all taking time off work. They're all paying their train fares. They're all paying hotel fees.
Mm.
Everybody should be paid.
I suppose they get free entry
Yeah,
into the actual show, but yeah. But how many people who are working can have 3 weeks off work and then go and have another week off to go and actually see the show?
exactly. Which is like with our guests that were doing the one at Malvern. Although
Yeah.
it's a good exposure for them, they've got to factor in what all that time they've got to take out of
Mm.
the rest of the year. So there
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
cost.
yeah. Of course, it's massive cost. I was talking to Andrew from Dipping Tank, and he's there in exactly the same place again. And he didn't tell me, but I said, "How? I bet this was a lot of money." He went, "Oh, crazy money," but it doesn't just stop there. He said, "Obviously, we've got hotels for the three of us for the week. We've got
Yeah,
train fares backwards and forwards, vans and lorries to hire to bring stuff backwards and forwards. They even have to put carpet on their stand. They even have to put the walls up. They're literally everything." So I'm thinking he must be over 10, 12 grand.
yeah,
But he said it does pay. Going to Chelsea does pay because majority of people walk around Chelsea
yeah,
are absolutely minted. A
yeah.
lot of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, press day, all the bloody celebrities walking around. If they see
Yeah, but
something they like, they're going to spend it, aren't they?
yeah, he did say the celebrities don't really do a lot, to be honest. They're only there to be on the cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, bloody hell, Johnny. That would have been a good experience. Wow. Yeah. So all in all, a little bit disappointed, really. Not with the gardens. Saw them were really good.
Yeah.
Disappointed in the setup again.
Yeah.
That's all. And not the only one, because we were sitting there moaning about it, and people would go, "Yeah, I completely agree." They could just hear us, obviously, because we was like bloody sardines. They could hear what we were talking about, and they would turn around and agree with us.
Yeah.
So it's just not us being, moany.
No, I think it's anyone I've ever, even, non-Instagrammy people that have been to Chelsea that I know. I mean, my boss went last year
Yeah.
on an day, and he said the same. It's just so busy. It's a great experience, but it's just so busy.
Mm.
You can't fully appreciate the gardens.
No. You do have to obviously realise there's a lot of people want to see it, but there's got to be a way, a better bloody way of letting people see it properly.
Give
Yeah.
people a time slot. I think that's the only way forward.
I think that would be good. Just have another fence all the way down that main avenue, and then you walk
When you
in
book
one
it,
end and you walk out the other end.
get a time slot. Go at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
1 o'clock, you get an hour. Get a
And
wristband. Get
there's
booted
people
out.
in there saying, "Come on, move along, move along."
Well, if you closed it off both ends, you've got an hour in there. Once the hour gets up, somebody the other end opens the gate up and kicks everyone
No, but
out.
they'll have to keep it going, keep it flowing, won't they, all the time?
yeah.
Surely.
Yeah.
1:05, 1:10, 1:15.
Yeah, just trickle people through the hour.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Everybody would get a decent view of everything. How do they do it? In case it don't work. Oh my God, it'd be horrendous, wouldn't it? They wouldn't ever do it just in case it didn't work, and they.
But they must be so. I guess there's obviously. They must make just so much money. They just don't care. Because
Exactly.
if the show numbers start dropping,
Yeah.
and then loads of people are complaining, they might do something about it. But as long as they're selling the tickets and people are still going,
the amount of complaints they get at the moment is fine with a refund or an RHS voucher to calm the people down. It don't matter.
yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, it was good.
We'll have to not post this episode, otherwise they'll never give us a press ticket again.
No.
I owned about Chelsea for an hour.
No, but what I saw was amazing. It always is. You know, all those gardens are amazing. It's just
it is the creme de la creme, isn't it? It's like
of course it is.
This is what
Greatest
gardens,
flower show on earth.
Yeah, it's like a catwalk for plants.
Yeah.
For a week in a year, the BBC has wall-to-wall coverage of gardening.
Yeah. Mm. And what also crazes me, when I do get to the front, there's loads of people in there, so I can't take decent pictures and videos.
even on a normal day, there's people in there.
Yeah, they're always showing people around inside. Yeah.
I thought that'd only be on press day that they let people.
No, there's always people in there. There were still some celebs walking around. Obviously, not as many as yesterday, but there were still people in. Nearly all of them. Very rarely was an empty one.
Yeah, it is a shame.
Yeah.
You just have to watch it on the BBC.
Watch it on TV. I've been on record. I'll watch it in a minute. So hopefully, Sandringham, because that's big grounds, that'll be a lot more spread out. Be similar to Hampton Court.
Yeah. Well, there's a hell of a lot of. When you've been to one of those shows and then go to Chelsea, you realise how many gardens there are at places like Hampton Court. There's so much more. I know they're not to the same standard as Chelsea,
No.
but you get a lot more different gardens and inspiration, don't you?
Yes.
So it'd be nice to see Sandringham, something new for a change.
Yeah. I'll be in there in different guises. I think I can go in there with my composter hat on, my master composter hat. I can there because they've got a stand in there for that all week, so I can go in there when I want. Plus, they gave me every single day to go in there on a press ticket.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I haven't yet, so I might not be coming.
Yeah,
but I didn't enter it until a while ago, and I don't think the date for that's until June or something, is it?
No, it's a few weeks yet. Yeah, it's a while yet.
So,
It might even be July.
yeah, maybe.
Gardeners World Live next, isn't it?
Yeah, I need to apply for my tickets for them as well.
I haven't applied for those yet, but Julie, she's all right. She'll come.
Yeah.
That's the last one at NEC. So next year's going to be at the new venue.
Oh, have they actually announced that yet? I know they told everybody sort of press.
I don't know publicly. I don't know, but I know it's definitely going to be the new.
Just going to be round the corner, isn't it? It's in a similar. It's still in Birmingham, but just in like a country estate,
Only estate, yeah.
like 3 or 4 miles away from the NEC.
I wonder what they're going to do about the indoor bit. Well, they'll have a big marquee, another big marquee.
Well, apparently they're rebuilding the floral marquee at the NEC for this year, so because it blew down over winter.
Could it?
Absolutely destroyed over winter.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was in a heap.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So yeah, I think they've. I don't know whether that is Gardeners World's floral marquee or whether it was the NEC's. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know. But because you've got all the indoor bit as well, they'll have to have enough indoor space for all that.
Yeah.
But then saying that, that's been getting smaller and smaller over the last few years.
Yeah.
The indoor bit.
Yeah, the indoor bit was rubbish last year. But no, I wonder whether that's because they were moving.
Yeah, right.
I'll have to see.
Yeah. I did have a few people say to me, "Where's Mark?"
You were allowed out on your own.
So what's the matter?
Don't know
What do you mean? What is the matter? You ask us. You did. What is the matter? Nothing the matter. We just talking about Chelsea Flower Show.
Positives and negatives.
Yes, there is positive. There is both. Of course there is. You never get anything perfect. But it just seems like they don't really want to do anything about it. They must know. They must get people moan about it.
Well, it's just they just do the same setup every year. Okay. That'd be really odd though if the marquee was in it.
Yeah, it'll be horrible, wouldn't it?
Because the inside just always feels really, I don't know, sterile almost. It does.
Yeah,
it's too big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
It'll definitely be better in a country estate where everything's outside and it feels more like a garden show rather than a garden show that's in the middle of an industrial estate.
Yeah. But like the other one in Essex, what's that one called?
Autumn Fair.
Yeah, that's on the estate. That's lovely, isn't it? It's spread out.
And I think that one's the best out of all of the ones they do.
I enjoy that.
I always enjoy that one.
I enjoy that. I think because it's spread out. I do it. Sorry, don't know what you mean.
Doesn't seem to be any context.
No. Right. I'm knackered.
I bet you are. Ready for bed. Full on day traipsing around London.
Traipsing round and round. Yeah, I kept going back in and out. I think, I'll go back in, and even at one point, I think, I'll go inside while it's nice and sunny, because when it rains, everyone's going to come in, and I'll run out go out and see the gardens in the rain. But it didn't rain enough for everybody to come in.
I did that at what was that garden show? I think it was Beaver Castle or something, and it was just absolutely raining. So when it was raining, everyone was sheltering under the things, and I just walked around all the gardens because nobody else was out there.
Exactly. There's nothing the matter. All it was saying is that Chelsea is too busy, can't see the gardens very well. That's all that we're saying. The rest of Chelsea's brilliant, and the gardens are brilliant. It's just too many people to see it properly.
Need to let either more days or less people in, so that everybody has a better experience.
The thing, they could keep the same amount of tickets, but add a couple of days on,
Yeah,
and dilute it a bit.
yeah. So is it? So it's, for the public, it's 4 days.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So it's quite yeah. The gardens would hold up for another week. They could easily do another week.
Yeah, of course they will.
It's whether or not
I
people
need
want
another
to.
week. If they had a couple of days, but just don't be greedy and keep filling them. If they've got a set amount of tickets, keep that
Yeah.
set amount, but spread it over a couple of more days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
But have they got a set amount of tickets? They just keep going and going.
Yeah, I guess there must be a capacity on the site, so
Yeah.
there'll be fire regulations and health and safety and the rest of it. So
Yeah.
yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Beaver
Old
Castle,
Castle.
watching it all. Beaver.
Beaver.
Yeah, that's a word, Kinshire word that's not how it is written.
Where's that? I recognise it. Where is it?
Leicestershire.
Oh,
Or is it in its
Beaver.
own? Might be Rutland. Can't remember what it's classed as.
Jenny would know. She's there.
Probably Rutland if it's near Jenny's. But they don't. It's not a massive show. It used to be. They've got a showground, and the garden show used to be on the showground, but they've moved it now into the castle grounds.
Right.
And I haven't been since they've moved it into the castle ground.
That's the one we've got to make sure we sort out. The Rutland show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely want to go to that. That's a late one though. That's in August.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's a long while yet.
Yeah. And what is that? Who is that? Just it's not a.
No, it's its own thing.
Sorry, how are we going to help? You can't. As long. It depends if you work for the RHS or not.
Yeah.
That's the shit. Yes.
Yeah, but not very far from me. It's about half an hour away.
Mm. Yeah, definitely want to go to the Rutland one. So that's not RHS and it's not BBC nothing. It's just its own entity type thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but Frosty will be there.
Malvern is RHS, isn't it?
I don't know whether it is.
I thought I saw it on the sign today.
Possibly it is.
No, it's not. Oh, no, I don't know. It might be a smaller one. Not sure. But I've got badminton as well, but I'm not going down there.
Yeah,
That's a long way away. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely won't be going. That's near It's further than Malvern, and Malvern's 3 and a bit hours. So yeah,
Miles away, because that's where they do a horse thing.
Gardeners World and Rutland, I think, will be the ones I go to, and possibly Gardeners World Autumn Show.
Yes. So that's Snap. So there's probably a possibility of 4 more.
The one I always forget to go to is Harrogate Flower Show, which is further up
That's
north.
not too bad for you though.
No, but every year I forget because it's really early. It's like one of the first ones. It's around the same time as Melbourne. And every year I forget that it's on. And then I see loads of people posting about it and I'm like, oh, damn it.
Yeah, that's a long way for me.
Yeah, it's a long way.
Yeah, Sandringhams can be good. I know it will be good.
Yeah.
Well, they always have a flower show every year, but it's only one day. And, it's big. It's big for one day.
All that effort for one day.
Don't know why. But maybe they'll get this RHS one out of the way and think, oh, actually, we might as well make it something.
And that's only going to be every 3 years, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
it's going to go up. It's going to be up more up north the year after, isn't it? It's, something Woodhouse in Yorkshire the year after.
Is it?
Yeah. And then it's back to Hampton Court again, I think. So they're just rotating around the three.
And that's the other one, which is badminton and what's the one in Manchester?
Tatton Park.
Tatton, that's it, yeah.
Yeah. I think they're just alternating those. I think they're just 1 year there, 1 year there.
Right. Yeah. The only thing with Sandringham, it's going to be parking and traffic because all the roads around Sandringham are little, tiny little roads.
Can you not walk from your house?
And I walk to it.
Yeah, you're only around the corner.
Probably could. It might take 3/4 of an hour to walk. 10 minutes to drive, 3/4 of an hour to walk, probably.
Take one of your horse.
Yeah.
Across the field.
Let's arrange to meet up at a show or an RHS garden. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
well, we're going to come over to your one.
We're definitely going to do Rutland.
We're going to come over to Rutland, Jenny, so we can make a big meet up there.
Yeah, if we can get a few more people to come with us, that'd be good. We can all have a
nice.
wander around together.
Yeah,
be nice.
Good.
Nice day out when summer arrives. Sandringham is crazy to get to. Being lost around there before.
I'm all right because I know it like the back of my hand. Bus, they should do buses, shouldn't they?
Yeah, like a park and ride.
Yeah.
It's quite a big estate though, isn't it, Sandringham? I wonder what, what
it's
part
huge.
of it is where the show is going to be.
Yeah, they do all the shows in the same bit. Because there's
Like a
craft
strip
fairs and game fairs and everything all the time. Nice birds in the live. Yeah. Oh, Jenny's said we can go to hers. Brilliant. Right, that's it. Me and Marc are crashing.
Check out your wonderful garden that we hear all about, Jenny.
Yeah, definitely.
Flesh.
Yeah. Oh, right, I think I'm all Chelsea'd out.
Yeah, go to sleep. Go get your tea.
I've had it.
You've eaten. There you go. You're early.
I was hungry. I only had a flapjack lunchtime.
But that cost you a tenner.
No, I bought it from the train station on the way there, so it was £1.50.
Well prepared.
Right, okay then.
I'll
Back
see you
to
next
normal
week.
next week.
Yeah, back to normal. We've got a guest next week, so we'll less of us talking rubbish.
Yes. Rightio, everybody. See you later. Have a good week.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Through the Garden Gate.